Okay, Cincinnati Wrestling fans, we're here today at the Glenn Sample Coaches Classic here at Harrison High School. And we're just about ready to get started. We've had 2 days of solid wrestling, and now we're here at the finals, starting at the 106-pound weight class, coming up right now. And from Middletown, Anthony Jaggel, 12-0, and his opponent, Tim.
He's going to have Daniel Roth Jr. out of Lakota East. He's 9-0 so far on the year, and he won first place at the Kettering Fairmont tournament.
Well, we just had, prior to the broadcast, a nice ring of ceremony with our third colleague, Dave Bean. I'm here, Greg Klein, with Tim Cunningham, and Dave received a ring as one of the 11 Ohio High School Hall of Fame coaches in the Cincinnati area. And so he'll be with us, joining us momentarily as he gets his headset ready. But we're ready to go. We've had 2 days of solid wrestling, 41 teams. And man, a lot of wrestlers, a lot of matches. But
there was a lot of matches.
We're going to be showing you the middle match, which is the first and second place, but concurrently we'll be wrestling the third and fourth place finishers and fifth and sixth. So you may hear some yells and screams that don't appear to look like anything's going on our mat in the screen, but we've got 3 matches going on, and we'll try and give you a little updates on those as we go.
Here we go.
All right.
Did you guys do the... Oh.
Here comes Dave. We're going to go with you off the TV. We can't see the monitor real good right now, but Schleigel's in on the takedown.
It's all blurry.
Got his heads down. Hey, we're getting a little better. But got his head in between. He's not going to get much there. Notice the difference in the height and reach of the two wrestlers. Schleigel's a 11th grader, small but powerful, a little shorter.
But a little better, a little stronger.
Yeah.
Roth is in the red anklet, the black singlet with East on the back.
I have to see Schlegel wrestle this Wednesday up at Middletown and dispatched rather quickly as guys. There's a lot of good young wrestlers in the 106, 113-pound weight class, Tim. Here's a junior, a little experience in on that single. It's a nice sweep single. Caught the Farr ankle and pulled him in for.
Greg, this one played out just like the seeding. Jaggel's the #1 seed, Roth the #2 seed.
Well, in particular, at this weight class, it's the way they do the seeding is based on past year's performance at the high school level, whether it be this tournament here, districts and state, and 106, 112. There are a lot of freshmen that don't have that credentials. The red anklet goes his wrestler from Lakota East, and our
white
green
singlet.
anklet with the white singlet.
Black singlet.
Jaggel in again.
Jaggel in again.
Get 2 more, make it 4-1.
4-1. Well, he's got that nice low single working for him, and here's where that he's a little lower to the mat.
He's got some great quickness to him.
Yeah. They're both juniors, which is kind of interesting.
Jaggel was a district champ last year, Greg.
Yeah,
I don't think he placed at state.
No, I think he went 0-2, but just getting there's, well, there's could be another takedown.
Another takedown. New rule this year, they'll give him that.
Right. I want to describe that it's all you don't have to clear your head anymore. You just have to wrap the hips, right, Tim?
I think that's the Logan Stieber rule back when he wrestled Jordan Oliver.
For the national championship. We might be talking about not a 4-time potential champion. Okay, we've got a 6-2, excuse me, match here after 1 period.
Jaggel's choice, he's going to go ahead and take down. Pretty good little athlete for a 106-pounder. He doesn't.
We'll see what he does here. See if he can get that tape. This might be the hardest part of his.
Really quick to his feet.
That's it. Get that little short sit out and stand up, sit out, and put the pressure on the opponent's shoulder.
I think you're looking at a pretty easy state placer this year.
Yeah, I tell you, he's got a lot of enthusiasm going there. 9-2.
Yeah, just gaining a state placing doesn't guarantee anything. Roth having placed last year, Jaggel is just, he's working him over pretty good.
Okay, we'll make it 9-3. Jaggel gives him the escape. 1:22 left in the second period.
Yeah, I misspoke on that. Roth didn't place last year.
He was a
but
qualifier.
he was ranked one of the top 10 or 11 6-pounders in the state in preseason rankings. And Jaggel is going to obviously change those records for sure.
Well, he's just in he's a buzzsaw this match. He's just taking it to him. And
Power and quickness is a tough combination,
Yeah.
isn't it? He has them both. Impressive. Make it 11-4, 25 seconds left in the second.
Well, he's owning the feet, when they're on their feet. He's, Roth hasn't taken, but maybe one shot, if I can recall that. He's the aggressor is Jaggel. Here we go again.
Just as a side comment here, we've got other wrestlers on the mat at this time. Wrestling for third place is Zach Donathan of Mason, a freshman, and Remy Velasquez of Princeton, who's I'm not sure what he is. He's maybe a junior. And for fifth place, Jonathan Quigley of Loveland is wrestling Sam Krieger of LaSalle. Earlier in the day, Jensen Quinn of Lakota West defeated Dylan Ertz 11-2 for seventh place.
Here we go, and it's 13-5, third period. Now, this is where you don't want to be. You've got the match under control. You don't want to do something goofy. Don't be too aggressive here.
I don't think he's going to listen to that.
Yeah.
I think his motor's full go, and he's going to keep it going.
He's got to be careful, that's all.
He does have to do that.
Yeah. Just don't walk into a throw,
He's been wrestling varsity since his freshman year, though, so I think he's
15-6. Well, he's just in, so he's in on that leg every time. He's not had a bad shot.
He can get to the other leg. I think they'll give him two, but he doesn't do it.
Laid out too much. We got 1:07 left in this period, third period. Doesn't look too tired to me. Doesn't look like he's.
Neither of them look like they're out of shape. That's true.
We may see a little of that at the upper weights, Tim, with some of these guys returning from football season. Oh, nice little spin.
Yeah, I think Loveland has 4 finalists, and they were all football players.
They were all on the defense, I think.
So makes it 17-6 with 45 seconds left. He climbs up. Yeah, the lighter weights probably got less difficulty being because there are not too many 106-pound football players
not many.
that are playing much anyway at this level. So, but you never know. There's always that one. Down to the last 30 seconds. Well, Roth finally blocked off pretty nicely on that one. He just ran into a buzzsaw here. 17-7 with 10 seconds to go.
Luck the way he's finishing, Greg. His coaches encourage him to keep wrestling hard, and he hasn't stopped.
Right, exactly. Well, that's he's got no chance to get shot in on the other. If you're taking the shot, keeping the other opposing wrestler on defense. Okay, 3 seconds to go, and this is basically over. So he's still shooting.
Look at that. He wanted to finish strong. You got to admire that.
All right,
tough kid.
17-7. Our champion, Anthony Jaggel, a junior from Middletown High School.
That was a really good match. The kid really worked hard. Maybe we can look for him down the road this year.
Yeah, I see him on the podium for sure.
Well, we'll be going at 1:13, and we'll have from Mason, Patrick Kearney, a junior, 8-1. 113. Tim, who's he?
We have Hayden Lee. He's a senior, #1 seed out of Marysville. A team we don't see a lot of.
Yeah, they're east of Columbus.
He's coming in 8-2 at the time. He was a 2-2 at the Ironman, so he made the trip up there.
Four-year starters, I think. Isn't
he? Yes.
Kearney was the 106-pound champion here last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a 1 versus 2 seed again, and Hayden Lee, the #1 seed, has been a 3rd and a 6th place finisher in state already.
There's a nice little article in the discussion of paperback. Kearney, they have a freshman, Mason's 103-pounder is a freshman who was placed here, wrestled for third and fourth or fifth and sixth, third and fourth, I think, and how he has been helped by Kearney, the junior, helping the freshman transition to the high school level.
I think Kearney's running into a little buzzsaw here.
Yeah.
Two-time state placer already. Senior down at 113 pounds, #1 seed. Those are
2 and 2 at Ironman. I don't care who you're wrestling there. Well, he's getting cranked pretty hard here. This is a move that, boy, the guys at Grant.
Here's his 2 count.
Yeah, that really, really wears you down. That leg scissor and that half, it just stretches your core. Then you step.
Gets his 3. It's going to be 5-0.
Main official Fred Warren.
It's kind of interesting, at least in these first 2 matches. We're not usually we see these matches going as don't lose type things. You know, guys get out there and you don't have somebody just dominating. In both of these, we've got somebody coming right with the starting whistle, going out and getting it done right now.
You know, Hayden Lee looks a little bit like Anthony Jaggel. He's kind of short and really
powerful,
muscular for 113 pounds. Kind of wrestles with him, low center of gravity.
The other matches going on at this weight at 113 pounds. Gage Branson of Glen Estee is wrestling Troy Barkley of Centerville for third. Sam Roth of Lakota East is wrestling Eric Beck of LaSalle for fifth. And earlier today, Jaron Rutherford of Edgewood defeated Ben Tate of Mount Vernon with a fall for 7th place.
You know, another interesting point while we're waiting is you see Fred Warren, head official, looking at the blood time, injury time. It's the number of officials we've got here that are extremely experienced, been doing this. They kind of almost donate their time here at a lower rate because for the Coaches Classic here. Somewhat. They're getting their money's worth out of these guys. Fred Warren, Dick Roach, Rick Bott, Mark Schitty, Braun, Ralph Farmer was here earlier, Terry Schenkel, a lot of names that have been around Ohio, Cincinnati wrestling for a long time. Former coaches, former wrestlers themselves.
Yeah, Braun Alexander, Paul Bronco, Mark Schutty, Troy Nickel, and Mark Rep out of Columbus. Ron Joseph, Ralph Farmer, Walter Stark, Jeff Simmons, Terry Schenkel, Dick Roach, Rick Bach, Fred Warren, and Dick Lowenstein, who is the state rules interpreter for Ohio.
Oh, he's got him done the same move, only the other side now. He's gone with the half on the other side. There's another 3. The score is now 8-0. Hayden Lee.
Very solid on top, isn't he?
Yeah.
Great leg rider.
Yeah.
Going to get a couple more probably here before the end.
Still 17 seconds left in the first period. He's got a chance to tip him one more time. Kearney's fighting. Keep that hands off the head there. But boy, that just wears you out too. You're not doing anything. 3 seconds. So first period going to be 8-0. Red is Hayden Lee from Marysville. All right. Well, I'm not sure who took the. Did Kearney take down?
I don't think so. I think Lee turned him twice already and said, why stop a good thing?
I would be going, we're going on our feet. This is not where I want to be.
Marysville's in a really tough league up in the Columbus area. They're west side of Columbus and grown real rapidly. That's a big Honda manufacturing facility over there in the Marysville area, and they're in with Olentangy, Liberty. You look at the rankings in the state, you find those are teams that are right up in the thick of it. Although, frankly, what's a state ranking mean much anymore?
Well, he's really getting cranked now. It's very close to getting, he brings that close as he's going to be to a full. What they call it stalemate.
Yeah, I think it's a great call by Hayden Lee's coach to just take top again. Patrick's having a tough time getting out, so. Great first move.
Kind of a kid that might be realistically looked at as a
state
potential state champ.
winner.
He's a third and a sixth already.
Yeah, twice. So next steps to be in the finals if you took third last year.
You know,
Actually, he was sixth last year and third as a sophomore. Yeah.
We ask these guys about their future goals, and he wants to be a state champion. Everybody says that, but he wants to wrestle in Division I and become an All-American. You know, that's setting pretty good goals for yourself. And at 113 pounds, moving up to the 118-pound collegiate weight won't be that difficult, although he may be short for that weight.
Well, they don't have 18 anymore. It's 26.
26, that's right. That's way up.
Yeah, so he's got a few pounds. But he's, you know, they know how to put a few more pounds on him. And skill still takes trumps that. So.
All right, 8-0. Still in the second period here. 16 seconds left.
So really, Kearney's actually had a pretty good period here. No points given up. Wearing him out.
Well, we'll see. I didn't catch it whether Kearney was his choice or not. So we'll see if it's his choice, if he'll take top or just what he might do. You always want to ride a rider, they say. You know, the kids that are good on top aren't necessarily good on bottom.
Yeah,
so
used to being on top. So. All right, that's the end of the period. We'll see whose choice. So it's Kearney's choice. He's going. I've had enough of that down here. Let's go both up.
Yeah, let's go on our feet. What the heck?
No point in going back underneath there. There you go.
Oh.
It was a good effort there. Out of bounds will be no takedown, but
Lee is pretty darn strong. He's got really excellent upper body strength in there and fought that throw pretty effectively. There you go.
Be nothing there.
So we got 1:30.
Kearney's in pretty nice there on a shot. Got to the ankle. Like to see him get a chance on top to see how he can do.
Yeah, he just got hung up there too long. It's going to be hard to get anywhere from there.
Hayden Lee going to.
He's coming around if he catches that.
Looking for a stalemate here, I think, because he knew he was in trouble.
Where it's headed.
He reaches over and with that leg and catches the leg right there.
Kearney let him take it back off his head. That should be 2. 10-0.
Yeah, he gave it.
54 seconds. Now let's see what Hayden Lee tries to do here.
He could go right back to the legs. What do you think?
I think he's going to,
No point in changing a good thing.
Yeah, he ties up the wrist and puts the legs in. Very good.
Well, this tournament has given especially the local kids a flavor of some other wrestlers. We've had 3 teams from Kentucky, several teams from out of town, Mount Vernon, Marysville, wrestlers that they don't
Centerville
that they don't get a chance to see very often. Middletown too, for that matter.
Of course, Beaver Creek's here, but Beaver Creek's been here since the inception of this tournament, and Gary Wise up there just keeps bringing them back year after year after year.
Well, you know, it's a kind of great testament to some of those, shall we say, elder statements of coaching of wrestling here in Cincinnati. Some of the older coaches that helped put this thing together and develop this and make it the tournament that it is. Quality wrestlers. We're going with 120. There you saw your
go
winner.
120. I'm going to take Corey Shy. He's a 9th grader, unseated, because it's hard for 9th graders to get seated. So he comes in unseated, makes it to the finals. He's goes to LaSalle, coached by Coach Zirkle. He's a freshman, 13-0 at this point. Who do you have, Dave? Or
well,
Greg?
I'm not sure if it's it's Tristan Bean. I thought it was our colleague here that was wrestling, but from Edgewood. He's 10-0 also. He is a senior 120 pounder.
Yeah.
6th at district last year. 93 wins so far this year. This in his career. Probably break 100 before it's all over.
He's got 93 coming into this match.
Yes.
Not bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have an unseeded wrestler versus a number 6, and the unseeded gets the takedown.
Well,
in order to get here, where'd my bracket go? There it is.
So you got to win 4 to get here.
Yeah.
5 to win it, right?
The number 1 seed, Connor Ziegler of Moeller, was defeated in the quarterfinals by Logan. I can't read that from Ryle.
I think it's Erdman.
Erdman, yeah. And then Shy beat Erdman in the semifinals with a major decision, 15-2.
Wow.
That's
pretty good for a freshman.
That's pretty good
Shy's
job. That's a good day's work.
Well, Shy comes in with some pretty good credentials from junior high. He's been wrestling. Actually, Sal's got a group of young freshmen at these lower weights that going to make some noise, I think, in the next couple of years. But this is our first opportunity to see him. So kind of sit back and watch.
So this is the first of the guys that we've had indicate that he's already committed to college for next year. He's going to West Virginia Tech, chemical engineering.
This is Bean from
Tristan
Edgewood?
Bean, from Edgewood. I wish I could say he's part of my family.
Well, he looks like you, Dave.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Well, a little more hair. That's all. We'll go with that.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't see
And
much.
100 and 200 and well, we won't say how many.
Well, stop there, Dave.
It's a bunch of pounds.
Dave, you used to weigh that.
Yeah,
I just won't say how old you were when you did.
I was maybe 9. Also at 120 pounds, going on the mats right now, Logan Erdman. He's the guy that we just were referring to, lost in the semifinals of Ryle, is wrestling Connor Ziegler of Moeller for 3rd place. Austin Scheffler of Lakota East versus Cullen DeVale of Kettering Fairmont and for 5th place. And earlier, Alec Logson of Lebanon defeated Pete Vyack of Loveland in a 4-0 match for 7th place.
You might note we haven't said anything about it, but the team battle is really, really close. So this match with Moeller here for 3rd and 4th is an important.
Yeah, from what I can see, it looks like Moeller's at 180. Loveland's in 2nd at 174.5, and Loveland has 4 finalists, all at the upper weight, so they won't score much until 170 comes around.
And they actually are wrestling Moeller in the heavyweight, so
they are.
It could come down to the very last match of the night for the team title.
That would be exciting, wouldn't it?
It's very exciting. It's very good. It's good to see this too. Loveland's been building and building and building. And obviously, with their success in football this year, their school has got a lot of pride developed, and I'm sure these guys who all were starting defensive players should be benefiting from that experience.
Alton, the heavyweight, was actually an offensive lineman, and the other Coniglia and Weber were defensive, but Gunnar Gamble was a running back.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, number 2.
The other 2 were linebackers, basically. Well,
Coniglia actually was on the line. He was a defensive lineman. Yeah.
Small for it. Yeah, it's kind of, someone that maybe would have coached at both places, could be very proud of the fact that Loveland and Moeller being 1st and 2nd. Some guys have done some of the youth wrestling, coaching at Loveland and at Moeller, so might be able to take a little credit for that.
It was pretty exciting. I'm a son at Moeller and I live in Loveland, so I went up and watched both games. It was pretty cool.
Well, I was talking about the wrestling coaches.
All right, back to live action here. Just starting the second period.
Yep.
I will say,
nice escape series there. Nice series of.
Boy, this Corey Shy does not wrestle like a freshman, does he?
He's the, I think, quite honestly, you know, he's the, I don't want to say crown jewel, but he seems to be the.
He's pretty good.
#1 coming out of these 4 freshmen they got starting out, but they've got some really good ones. And like we always talk about, Dave, they've got sparring partners in the room.
Yep.
You know, nice firemen there, little dump. Yep. Well, we've seen, you know, I've seen a lot of firemen in the tournament, Tim. We've been watching. Tim and I have been here the last 2 days. It's like the move coming back into vogue, if you will.
It went away for a while, didn't it?
Well, I think everybody tried the Greco, the throws and stuff like that, and you know, and now they're getting the respond to this. You know, this fireman, it works. You know, and
well, you know, and I was watching the Penn State Iowa match yesterday, and I was thinking about the number of times you just saw straight doubles.
Right.
Being shot. You know,
that blast double is
blasting in there, just blow them off their feet.
A lot more physical. But Corey Shy up 5-0 with 30 seconds left in the second period, and he's kind of dominating this match.
Yeah, he is. He's not, and he's not letting Bean have an inch out there. He's hammering on him pretty good.
Boy, he's
cranking on him.
He is tough, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's going to be a fun one to watch for 4 years.
Yes, sir.
But he does not at all look like a freshman. Just his demeanor on the mat, his confidence.
Well, he's wrestled a lot of junior highs, you know, wrestling in summer and stuff like that. Done a lot of youth wrestling. Just a quick note, the rematch of
Ziegler and Erdman.
Erdman won 5-4 for third and fourth.
Okay, 5-0, start of the third. On their feet.
Was Bean seated here?
6 seeds. We have unseeded versus 6.
Yep.
Reason quite often the third and fourth and fifth and sixth matches are generally finishing ahead is they wrestle a 1 minute first period in the consolation rounds, so that instead of in the championship rounds where we go 2 minutes in the first period. So most cases we're not waiting on the third and fourth matches to go right into the championship, so we can be able to move right along without much dead time. So because of that, you're not going to get many opportunities to see any of the third and fourth, fifth and sixth matches, because like in some years where we've had the championship match finished, unless there's a quick pin, but I don't think those things happen much anymore. The quality of the wrestlers here has been, even though there's points, a lot more points scored, not a lot of guys getting thrown and tossed and stuck in the first period. The quality opponent is too good. Got that front headlock coming around, tucking that tricep in.
He's well coached. He knows his way around front headlocks and throw bys, and goes from one to the other.
Minute 13 in. Well, in his corner is
little David Taylor throw by right there. To his back with a Merkle. It's going to put him up 10-0.
He had that Merkle before. He just couldn't score with it. So now Barrett.
There's his 3.
But one of the assistant coaches, Max Bird, who we showed several times in the state finals a couple years ago, returned from school and is now helping coach at LaSalle. Avery Zirkle, the head coach. 10-0, 30 seconds to go.
This is a little bit like what 4 years ago when AJ Kowal came in and no one really knew who he was, and then he beat Noble, I think, and as a freshman that no one really had quite heard of. But
right. Ironically, he's still wrestling for Princeton, and his little brother is one of these.
One of the big ones at LaSalle now.
Yeah. So
this is a great match. 10-0.
You know, we've seen, even though the scores have been, like, we've seen major decisions every time. It's been good wrestling.
Well, at least good wrestling out of one wrestler along the way. Sometimes it's just been overwhelming.
Yeah.
I can't. So far, I can't remember a finals where there's been this dominant display by the eventual champions.
Wow, that was impressive.
Well, we're going to see this match may happen several times this year.
Yeah.
Ryan Gordon from St. X. This is a GCL match. Could be a district match. Could be a state match. Ryan is 9-1. Finished first at Olentangy this year. He's a senior from St. X. He is a 4-year starter.
He's going to take on Connor Borton, a junior out of Moeller, number 3 seed. Comes in at 10-3 at this point. He was a state qualifier as a sophomore and a state alternate as a freshman.
Ryan was a 4th seed. His career, he's over 105 wins. His career. Had an older brother also wrestled for St. X a couple years ago.
Wrestling does have a tendency to be familial.
Yeah. Well, these two wrestled each other last year too.
Ooh, there's a takedown right on the edge. Going to give it to him. Kept his feet in.
Ryan, his intentions are to become a doctor. Favors class is anatomy, so realizes there's probably a little more money in a career in medicine than maybe wrestling, but I'm not sure.
You think that's true?
Well, based on my experience, yeah, I think so. But
well, maybe he would end up, being a head coach of a major university. Then he could go broke.
Well, that, or he could follow in the footsteps of another former St. Xavier wrestler turned doctor who's team physician for the Cincinnati Bengals, Kevin
Riley, that's right.
Riley, who's not here because he's at the Bengals game today, and one of our sponsors. Dr.
The Bengals are a sponsor?
Yeah, Dr. Riley's our sponsors when we've done the state tournament. Kevin's done a great job for us. Fortunately, he's on the sidelines watching the Bengals. Last I saw, it was 35-7 before the half. So
you're not supposed to say that, because I've got mine recorder set at home. I don't want to hear anything.
Well, this won't show until after the games anyway, Dave. So.
Oh, but you.
So you won't know it's 35-7 until you get home.
Yeah, don't worry about it. All right, 2-2.
Oh, great, nice little cut back there.
There's that practice room finish stuff again.
Right.
It just, and that doesn't mean that Ryan doesn't get the same thing, but there's an intensity that it has to be built upon and built into everything.
All right, 2 minutes starting the second period. So he cuts him, just gives him away.
Yep.
Don't waste any time. It's 4-3. Let him go. Well, he's taking him down twice, which makes sense.
Yep.
Barton staying in the center with his mat to the feet to the center. Forward to the outside. I imagine they wrestled in youth. I think didn't Ryan come up through Moeller's kids club program also?
That I'm not sure of.
Maybe not. I'm sure they wrestled.
But I think Borton just moved in as a sophomore out of Columbus. So okay. I don't think he grew up here in Cincinnati. Another takedown. I'll make it 6-3. Looking to the corner to see if they want him to ride him or kick him.
Well, there's a minute to go. Give him 10 seconds. It's not doing anything down there. Along with the other 8 Moeller coaches sitting next to us here that are telling him what to do.
Yeah, that was.
They have 8 coaches.
I couldn't get them to listen to one when I was coaching. These guys get to have 8. What is it, like a Chinese menu? You take a little from list A and a little from list
Let
B?
me try to count them. Where do I see 8 coaches? Come on.
Okay, 5.
Was that St. X counting? 5 to 8?
Well, there's more than they're right behind him. There's 8 of them here, I can tell you. I don't know. Did they do that just so they can get in free or what?
Borton doing a good job riding on top. They didn't. They told him to keep riding, and he hasn't let him up.
Not quite the same as
6-3
in college, where the riding time gives you
can give you a point.
Does control him. So one of the things that I read, complain about Ohio wrestling in general, in fact, is that how good we are on our feet, but not quite as good on our mat wrestling because we tend to just focus on our feet all the time.
Yeah, Pennsylvania is certainly a really, when you go and wrestle in tournaments out of the state and you get the Pennsylvania kids, they won't let you out.
No, they crank and they,
6-3, start of the third. Border's going to take a.
I don't think I mentioned these other wrestlers in this weight class. In 7th place, Colin Schuster of Mason defeated Quinn May of Lebanon for 7th. Wrestling at this time are Rocco Sands of LaSalle versus Elijah Owens of Simon Kenton for 3rd. And Deontay Evans of Lakota East is wrestling Brandon Smith of Glen Estee for 5th. That's the reason that sometimes the cheering that you may pick up in the mic is, for what's happening on one of those other mats.
I think an example here, if you saw, is that when they were both on their feet, although Gordon was moving around, he wasn't really attacking. He was just, whereas Barton just kind of stayed his position.
Just stay patient, let him come to you.
Whereas, all that movement doesn't do anything unless you've got a plan. You're working your setup. You got to have something going.
Yeah, it's more important to move your other guy.
Yeah, it's 8-4
move your
now.
opponent.
Now let's see if Gordon can do some attacking here instead of just sliding back and forth here. That's the other thing they need to worry about is they hear whistles. They don't know if it's theirs because the mat's being such close proximity to each other. Gordon's got to do something here. A shot from that far away is not going to help him. Nice.
Yeah, you have to have some sort of setup.
Yeah.
Just straight on single or doubles don't work. Can be 2 for Borton.
10-4. 30 seconds. They might tell him to ride it out here now. Just kind of well in control here.
He needs back points for a major.
Well, yeah, and to get a major from your feet, it's beat.
You'd have to
12,
kick him
5,
twice.
14-6. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. So you need a quick turn. I don't know if he's going to be able to do that. We're down to the last 5 seconds. So, but it's still a victory for Moeller. That'll add to their team total. And then Moeller, they've got another one coming right after this in the next weight class. So.
I was looking in records here with this tournament. Last year we had 28 state place winners that wrestled in this tournament, and the teams that are here, 4 of them that are here this year actually had state champions last year. Marysville's Noah Forrester won at 138. Yeah. Beaver Creek's Nick Corba,
3-time state champion.
Right, Nick Corba from Beaver Creek took the 170 class, and then Dakota Sizemore at 160, and Chalmer Fruhoff of both of Moeller took their titles. So, this is one of the better tournaments in the state.
Tim, I think this is going to be a good weight class here. Brendan Selman in the red from Princeton, who was a state qualifier last year, coached by Ty Robbins, former Mount Healthy Fighting Owls wrestler.
That's who Loveland beat, wasn't it, on the way to the state title?
Yeah.
In football?
And
yeah.
His opponent, another Moeller kid.
Jacoby Ward, he's a sophomore. He was a state placer last year as a freshman, came in 8th. And this year he says he wants to be an oral surgeon. He's got a brother that was a 2-time state champ for Moeller, Joey Ward.
Is he still at North Carolina?
He is, yeah.
He's not wrestling this year, is he? Or is he now?
Yeah. He went to the NCAAs last year.
I know, but is he wrestling this year? Is he redshirt?
Oh, I don't know. That I don't know.
I haven't seen him in the lineup. That's why I was curious.
I watched Ward earlier, and he's really good on top. He can just tilt you and then tilt you again and tilt you again. So
yeah, long, lanky. They're both actually kind of, you know, they didn't wrestle last year because Selman was a 26-pounder and Ward was a 20. So this year they're both at the same weight, and I think Ward grew a little more than Selman did. Selman's a pretty, you know,
Selman's
wrestlers, I think he's got former brothers that wrestle.
Yeah, Selman's at least the second one,
yeah,
if not the third,
so
right?
Little brothers been there, done that kind of thing.
Oh, nice snap right there. Really heavy on the head.
I like Selman's favorite. These guys thinks like me. His favorite food in season is Subway. And his favorite meal out of season is home cooked meal by mom. So, you know, knows when he's got to, I'm imagining he doesn't make weight when out of season when mom's cooking.
When mom's cooking. Probably a couple weight classes up.
Well, this is probably the first match, and we'll probably see a little more of this where as they get a little bigger, less.
Boy, I tell you what, someone does a great job banging the head there.
This is. I think we'll see more of this. This is that last 30 seconds where they kind of turn it on, you know, and the experienced wrestlers, you know, work, especially in the first period, feeling each other out.
Ward won the flip. He deferred. Selman chooses neutral on his feet.
How many times have we talked about that 30 seconds up at the state tournament? Right. We seem to lose our disproportionate share of those because we don't push that last 30 seconds.
You got to know that 30 seconds is nothing to save it for.
Tell you, Ward won the flip there, and Geyer told him to defer, and you can see he kind of wanted to get his shot on top, I think, so.
Yeah, and either Selman knows better, because I'm a little surprised that
I think Selman knew better than to try to take the bottom there, because most times you'll take bottom just to try to get your point.
Right.
But that's what other coaches do. They sit around, watch who your opponent's going to be and what they're best at.
Right.
And I think that's exactly what you saw there. Ward in with the low
single, cross leg. Selman's got some quickness and explosiveness. Not that Jacoby Ward doesn't. But,
boy, Selman is really good on the head.
Yeah, heavy hands, forcing, kicks his legs out, and just drives Ward's head and shoulders to the mat.
Doesn't always show up early in the match, but boy, by the wow. That's interesting.
He's a little susceptible to that ankle kick by Ward because he steps in on that a little bit.
Ward's not getting a very good shot there. I mean, he's tied up when he's taking a shot, and he hasn't gotten in very deep at all.
Ron Alexander, the head referee, has a broken finger. He wanted us to mic him up for this. Thought he could put the microphone in the splint. And
he needed to explain that warning.
Yeah, we'd have been jumping on him for that. Again, there was that little ankle pick there that Ward got. That
he gets that other ankle, they'll give it to him.
They won't give him that. He didn't get it. Oh, he did.
They did. He had the other ankle. If they reach out and get that far ankle, they'll give it to him.
I thought he didn't.
I think Ron gave him 4.
Let's see what we got. Well, we can't see on our monitor, so.
There's
a snap down. That replay didn't have it on there anyway.
Ty Robbins arguing that he did reach out and get that far ankle, but did he really have enough control to call it? Doesn't look like he's going to win it, though.
Well, I'll tell you what. You tell me the next one that they do win, and I just won the lottery.
28 seconds left. We'll get a little idea here of whether Jacoby can ride him. He loves to put him in his lap like that, put a little claw in.
A little crab.
Then he goes right to a 2-on-1 tilt. So we'll see if Moeller's going to choose. He never even, there he did. He never waved like he was counting it.
Well, you don't have, yeah.
I think that makes the choice pretty clear. Moeller will take top. We'll get 2 more. It's going to make it 7-1.
Gave him, I think that's 3.
You can't tell if it's 3 or 2 with a broken finger, can you?
Well, it might be 2.5. He may have got 2.5 points on that.
That's why I think he gave him 4 back points that first time. I think you ought to be giving scores with the other hand, don't you?
I don't know.
All right, we're going to have Moeller's choice 7-1.
Anyway.
Well, they actually
they had to run 2 more seconds, yeah.
They ran it down before. She said that's why you have the girl with the towel or the person with the towel. Yeah.
So Ward will take top. See if he can ride him out the whole time. Someone's got a good, quick first move, so.
Yeah, the stand-up's not the one you want there. You better get hands.
Doing a good job of keeping his hands free.
Ward's going to just push him out of bounds. 7.
Someone did a nice job there to get to his feet.
7-1. Yeah, you know, standing up like that without the, you might as well stay down there if you know the guy's just going to pull you back anyway. You know, don't come up till you've got the hands in control. You're so used to, but your go-to move is your quickness. This isn't where quickness counts. There, better, see?
Someone's doing a great job of getting his feet and keeping his hands free, but then Ward's not doing a nice job just reacting to what he's given there.
Yeah, well, controls
now he flattened
too.
him out. He's got to get his one. There he's got 1. So 7-2 now. 1:20 to go. 7-4.
Yeah, I'd call that out of bounds. They were both fully in.
Okay, score is 7-4, 1 minute and
Ty told him to cut him right away, so it'll make it 8-4.
Well, that's where he's got his best shot, is when they're on their feet.
Well, real quickly, let me get these other matches in here. Mateo Lieberger of Mount Vernon and John Shirley of LaSalle are wrestling for 3rd. Kyle Ramsey of Lebanon and Caleb Walden of Mason are wrestling for 5th. And Robbie Oswald of Elder pinned Joe Vuto of Sycamore for 7th.
Okay, Selman in on the double.
I think 4-point lead. I think Ward's got to go ahead and give this up. He's got a 4-point lead. He doesn't want to risk going to his back.
Yeah, if Selman steps over it and drives that shoulder, but he's holding on.
Although he's doing a good job of fighting for a stalemate here.
Well, he got Selman to get off the hips.
Killing some time. Yeah, he's doing a great job of just making the clock run. They've been in this scramble for 30 seconds.
He's going to try and get the stalemate out of this. But it's can't break.
There's going to be no improvement there, guys. That's a stalemate.
Yeah, that was a good 40-second 40 seconds to get to a stalemate.
Yeah.
8-4. Selman's going to be looking for that double. And there it is.
Tell you, he's starting to dominate on his feet. Is those 2 quick tilts that
there's the 2, yeah.
The 2 quick tilts that Ward got there at the end of the second really was the separation in the match.
So 2 different styles of wrestling.
Jacoby Ward comes through with another title for Moeller.
Pretty good match right there.
Yeah, it was. That could be a good match down the road.
Yeah, down the road, you take away those two tilts.
That's going to be a good match down the road.
And I think Selman knows that now. So, yeah, down the road, that could be something you find in the districts.
You don't come straight up. You don't stand up.
Here we go, 138. I got Lane Hinkle, a sophomore, out of Mount Vernon, a team, again, you pretty much only see in this tournament. He is only a sophomore. He was a state qualifier last year, third out of the districts. Comes in right now at 9-1.
Well, his opponent, David Sparks, a senior from Maryville, only 7-3 this year, which is kind of interesting. I mean, did he go to Ironman or something? Because last year he was, freshman year he's 38-8, his sophomore 39-8, last year 42-7. So he's always lost 3 this year. He's been a 3-time state qualifier, finished 8th last year.
We don't have his. Weights from last year.
Marysville being green. And
Marysville in green, and Mount Vernon
is red.
So guys with 126 wins, and he's 7-3 for the year, but he's in the finals. So also
quick stalemate.
He was a 26-pounder last year, Dave.
Was he?
And finished 8th at state. They actually have, this is interesting because both, I watched their 45-pounder, who is also from Marysville, is also in the finals. So, you know, these two guys are former, you know, sparring mates and practice wrestlers. So. And Mount Vernon and Marysville probably a little closer proximity to each other. They may have wrestled in the past.
Oh yeah.
Mount Vernon's.
They're real close to one another. They may be in the. They may actually be in the same league.
Now, is this the coach's son here?
One of them,
Tim?
someplace along here.
Do not know that.
A note on there.
Coach Hinkle, I think.
Coach Brown and Hinkle, and his name's Hinkle, so yeah.
Might be the assistant coach.
I would say that's one of the coach's sons. And, you know, honestly, for a sophomore to be in the finals at 138, that's pretty good. I mean, that's where you usually find your
state qualifier as a freshman too. So.
Yeah, and you usually find your seniors up in those weights, and you don't find a lot of the younger kids making it there. So.
Well, you know, Mount Vernon's been making this trip down here for years and years and years. In fact, they came to St. X Invitational. They actually have had several female wrestlers. In fact, one that we watched qualify at state one year at 138 pounds, as a matter of fact.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, I actually went to, I think it was Cumberland, wrestled there collegiately. I can't remember her name, but yeah. Or at least district qualifier. Maybe, I thought she qualified for state.
I do remember a girl qualifying for state a couple years back, but I think she was more.
That was the girl from.
She was like a 1 of 6 pounder. Her brother was a 2 or 3 time state champ.
There was a girl. There was state contestant.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
He's going to end up with a reversal.
I don't think he'll get the.
No back points though.
Quite clearly, she beat a kid from. She was a 6-pounder.
Right.
Beat a kid from Liberty.
It was her cousin that was the 2-time state champion.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It's on the St. Ed's. Hard to do. But anyway, let's get back to the wrestlers we got. And there a lot of action going on here.
Good match, 3-3. Minute left in the second. Can't shoot with your wrist tied up.
There's that Little semi-dump. Not quite fireman. Didn't rotate his hips quite enough. He's still out in front too much. Got to kind of sell out. Sparks in on the leg. Tried that front headlock. Couldn't get around. Ran out of real estate. Front headlock again. He likes that, doesn't he?
Elbow's just a little too low. He can't get his elbow free, and then it's set up right for a nice little drag.
Let the weight come off the head and dropped into the
Nice
mat.
job there by Hinkle.
15 seconds. All right. Sparks has got to get one here to get out of this. Get himself a shot at it.
Hinkle's got his hips a little low.
Right. I think he's going to get away with it because he's going to run out of time.
Yeah, time will end up. It's going to be
on top. 2-point lead so far.
5-3 Hinkle going into the third.
And he takes down.
At the in the third place match next door here, Drew Hobbs of Moeller versus DJ Campos of Edgewood for third. For fifth place, Ben Hyab of St. Xavier is wrestling Luke Bernhardt of Harrison.
Hobbs is a freshman, isn't he?
I'm sorry?
Hobbs a freshman?
Hobbs is a freshman, yeah.
Hobbs is, yes. And Aaron Edwards of Lakota West beat Josh Daniels of Coleraine for seventh place already earlier this afternoon.
Oh, he's got it. He's got a 2 count. I think he got 2. We'll see. That's going to tie it 5-5.
Yep. That changes things now.
Oh, now he's a little too high.
He's cranking.
He's too high.
Oh,
potentially dangerous. That might have been a.
Of all people, stopping it.
That's all he used to do, wasn't it?
Yeah. He kind of let that go. Actually got criticized for it a few years ago for letting him wrestle too hard. But, that's another point of different officials react differently to different situations. Got that leg in now.
He's doing some great work on top here.
Well, he's forcing that head down, the shoulders forward, not able to reach back. Hinkle's reaching back for that leg, trying to elevate the ankle.
He's got his legs crossed, so his ankles are crossed. He's not coming off of that.
Yeah. He's got the one almost.
And he's got it broke. Now he'll try to pull that up. Ooh.
Stalemate again. 33
Got to wrestle
seconds.
tighter on bottom where you just don't let those legs come in.
So this time tuck the elbows in.
Yeah, you got to wrestle tight on bottom. Boy, they've been here before.
Yeah, he got that. He's got it.
He's going to get his 2 there.
Yes, he's got the leg free.
No, that's 2.
I don't think so.
That's got to be 2.
He's still got the single. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have it yet, Tim.
I think that's 2.
I think he's going to give it to him. Unless nothing's going to change to give it to him.
He should stop looking at the ref and wrestle is what he should do.
Nothing.
They'll go overtime.
Well, this is our first non-local finals and our first OT.
Braun Alexander didn't disagree. Although here's that potential first
he's over
coach talking the official into changing his. Well, here's the thing, you can't. That's one of those, if you don't call it 25 seconds into it, you can't call it when they don't.
Exactly, yeah.
Seconds. So the die was cast, so to speak, at that point.
Let him win it on the mat. All tied at 0, or all tied at 5.
Okay, and this, so for our wrestling fans, this is a 1-minute sudden victory. If that goes tie at the end of this period, we will go to 2 30-second periods. Illegal hold.
Illegal hold.
Yeah, that wasn't. No, the coach called it, but it wasn't an illegal hold. It wasn't an illegal headlock. He was over the head.
Yeah.
That was not. He was over the head.
That's not the way he was. Let's see if we can show it again.
I did not see that as an illegal headlock. See if we get that on replay, but
we can't see anything.
We can't really
I think the coach called it out, and the ref said okay.
We can't see the law. We can't see the law.
Yeah, you shouldn't get talked into something. But
I think the ref got talked into that one. Honestly, I don't think that was an illegal headlock.
Well, anyway.
But it doesn't matter what we think, does it?
That's right. Well, you guys can probably see it better than we can. Okay, here we go. 145.
145. I'll take Evan Morgan, Elder High School senior. New coach Roush now instead of Coach McCoy. Coming in as a state qualifier from last year. And is 9-0 so far this year. It's always been solid. He's been in the lineup for 4 years now.
His opponent, Talib Rahmani, he's a junior, 7th at state last year, 4th as a freshman. Was it 106, 120? Must have had mom's home cooking because now he's up to 145. He two-time placer. 7-2. I think he was an Ironman this year too. I think some of these guys getting their losses at Ironman kind of makes it seem like they're.
If you go to Ironman, there's a good chance you'll come out of there with 2 losses.
Yeah, it's like going to Fargo. You know?
Unless you're Tigray Scales, who made the finals.
And then there's a nice little dump.
Fireman.
Yeah, but you can see again, you know, wrestling partners in the room, 2-1. I've watched Rahmani wrestle several matches. He prefers being on his feet.
Pretty athletic, isn't he?
Yeah, and he's more than willing. If you get to your feet, he's not going to fight and try and bring you back down. He'll just let you go and get 2. Somehow he just got hurt.
He
took a shot to the nose, didn't he?
He was asking for help there. I don't know whether it's the nose or.
He's not moving that arm.
Yeah, I think it was his right arm. Yeah. Just.
I didn't really see what happened. Did any of you guys see it?
Yeah.
No, and there's a replay here on the. We can't see to comment
Looks
on.
Looks like he just caught it. Just kind of got hit the funny bone or something. I just want to comment back about that last match.
You get a
I think the Marysville coaches, although you could tell they completely disagree, I thought they handled it with pretty much class, and so did the wrestler.
Yeah.
And they dealt with it, you know. They didn't agree, but we didn't see any temper tantrums or anything. Shook hands and went off the mat. So good sportsmanship on their part.
Well, wrestling on the adjacent mats of this 45-pound weight class, from Moeller, Campbell Morton is competing against Jacob Keller of Beaver Creek for 3rd. Caleb Demerling of Mason is wrestling Max Mettings of Fairfield for 5th. And Stephen Serbinsky of Lebanon earlier defeated Andy Kress of Lakota West for 7th place.
Well, Beaver Creek just pinned the Moeller wrestler for 3rd.
Oh, did he?
Yep.
His dad's not here because his dad's the strength coach for the Cincinnati Bengals. Yeah, Campbell's dad.
Well, he did his job this week. As far as I could tell, they were.
Don't you be talking about anything about the Bengals. I don't want to hear any of that.
They look really strong. They look really strong.
That funny shirt you're wearing, I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't got me yet. I thought we were going to be doing interviews, so I wore my Christmas vest.
I went to the truck and
told him to stay away from
that. I said, just forget interviews. Well, we could have.
It's a holiday. Do you read the thing? It says Holiday Classic. The only guy wearing a holiday shirt is me and Sue. Sue's got her Christmas sweater on and candy cane You know, some of us are in the spirit. 2-1, second period.
Morgan's out, ties it up at 2.
He doesn't stay. He doesn't worry too much about that. Kind of just slows him down.
Boy, Romani's already a 2-time state placer, a 4 and a 7. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And only a junior.
4 is a freshman and 7 is a sophomore.
4 is a freshman, yeah.
Morgan's ranked pretty high by Intermat this year at this weight class. So.
Yeah, he is. That's what I was just looking for.
Here we go. Kind of just standing there now.
Hey, currently ranked 7th, and Romani's ranked 8th. Yeah. Makes for an interesting.
Nice really fireman. Nice fireman's there. Yep. Again, go back to their old carries, Greg.
I'm telling you.
This is a tough
I love
weight.
This is my old moves.
This is a really tough weight class. You got Hinkle of Mount Vernon, well, that we just saw wrestle, is figured to be for this in this weight. Evan Morgan of Elder, Khalid Romani, Marysville, Kevin Leonhardt of Lakota West, and Jacob Keller of Beaver Creek.
So we got a 4-3 match with 30 seconds left here in the second period. Romani's got that underhook with the left arm. He also likes to go with an overhook there.
I think it's going to be Romani's choice here.
Yeah. Takedown.
Going into the third, so probably go in there 4-3 with Romani's choice.
Close at the end, and Morgan has to go up upper body. Romani's got some nice throws that I've seen too, so I don't think he wants to do that.
I'll tell you what, here Morgan's got a body type that is not real throwable.
Well, I'm saying if he if they get to the point where they're a little wreckerish kind of upper body, pummeling stuff, I don't think he wants to be in that spot.
Monty gets to his feet easy. Morgan just drops down to a single, try to hold on. Maybe get to a stalemate here.
All right, well, so I'm going to let him do that 2 more times.
Right.
Yeah, pumping. He's going to have to do more than that. This is the first year of the AM, right? After McCoy?
Yeah.
Dick, longtime coach, honored today, along with our colleague Dave Bean, a number of other wrestling coaches here.
Okay, Romani gets his ones, 5-3. Morgan needs a takedown just to tie it. Got to get his hands off of him. Snap him from here.
How many diamonds are in that ring, Dave? We can't show that on camera because the glare would be too much and would probably ruin your TV set. So we don't want to. Let us touch it, Dave. Kiss the ring, Dave. It's him. There's a nice little takedown there. It's a little slide by 7. So it's 7-3 with 55 seconds. He's going to, as he stands up, let him go. Yeah.
Morgan it's got to get inside Romani's reach to where he can use his stature, his short stature, and get in there and establish some power.
My God, how many diamonds are in this thing? Congratulations, Dave.
Well done, Dave.
Sue gets some more jewelry to wear. All right, we've got a 7-4 match. Again, now, Morgan got to step it up here. He's down 3.
Yeah, he needs a takedown and back points or 2 takedowns just to tie it.
So this is where I think, and Romani's just going. See how he's got that overhook now on that right arm? No, I'm telling you what, yeah.
Keeps control of the elbow. He's in pretty safe position right there.
And he's got there's that little tip.
Good effort there by Morgan. You know, he's just trying to win the match.
So 12-4, 11-4, I give him 2, 11-5, and that's match. All right, and there's our contingent of Maryville wrestlers for, we'll get another wrestler from local wrestler, Kevin Lenhart, Lakota West, 13-0, state qualifier last year. He's coached by Scott Fetzer, who's returned to the scene, to the chair for Lakota West.
He's going to be wrestling Clayton Brown, a senior out of Walton, Verona, down in Kentucky. Comes in as 8-1 at this point. He was second and third in the state as a freshman and sophomore, and then didn't place last year. He was 59-9. I wonder if he got injured or something before he got to the state tournament.
We don't have the record, but I know Kevin's a 4-year starter for the Lakota West Thunderhawks and whatever they are, I can't remember. Firebirds. Lakota East is the Thunderhawks, I think. And
tell you, Leonard's a pretty good wrestler.
Yeah,
I've been watching him for a couple years now, and he's solid.
Got taken down after a really good scramble.
Clayton Brown.
It seemed like he might have had position there and then lost it.
We're talking about a kid who was a second place and third place finisher at state for Walton Verona.
You know, that used to be, you used to discount that. You don't anymore. And I think a large part of that is that the Northern Kentucky teams now wrestle more and more here in Ohio. And I think that it's led to a radically improving Kentucky State tournament.
I agree.
Did you check his record? Third last year in this tournament. But he went 56-4, 64-7, 59-9 the last 3 years.
It's a lot of matches.
That guy's got 169.
Sounds like summer wrestling.
169 wins in 3 years.
Yeah.
So that is a little bit of experience there.
Yeah, they can wrestle almost 24 hours, 365 days a year in Kentucky. I'll say that.
Well, he's good at lifting once Leonard gets to his feet.
I remember watching him last year, actually. I remember Clayton last year. That emblem on the side almost looks like the New York Yankees emblem there.
Yeah.
Walton Verona thing. And I think, like you said, Dave, they really enjoy coming to this tournament because they get
it was
a different
Ryle.
style, a little physical.
I think Ryle was the first to cross the river when Larry Mickelson went over there as an assistant coach and convinced the coaching staff at Ryle to come over here. And then
I thought Scott came over with that.
Well, you may be right.
Good shot by Leonard. He's got 20 seconds to finish this.
I mean, I don't know who was first, but they came over a lot.
Yeah.
So it'll be.
Wow.
Getting a little excited. 3-2-1.
Wow, he does a terrific job on the throw bys.
Yeah.
He's got no time here, 1 second to get him to the mat, and he doesn't do it. Boy, he's a great counter wrestler, isn't he?
He throws a pretty doggone tough shot.
He's a little relaxed. I think he's pretty relaxed there, too.
Yeah, he almost lets you in and then hits the throw by on your way in.
Yeah. You might go a throw out.
Man, that's impressive.
Okay, in the other 152-pound matches, Dylan Lenevy of Fairfield versus Lucas Staten of Mount Vernon for third. Nick King of Edgewood is wrestling Austin Seaman of Deer Park for fifth. And in the seventh place match already wrestled, Jordan Paul of Loveland Besiege and Mark Kimbrell of Kettering Fairmont.
That's another that's a great part of this tournament, Dave. You mentioned like Deer Park and some of the, not only do we get out of state and out of city, we get the D3 and the D2 and wrestling against the D1s that they wouldn't get an opportunity any other time during the year. So, you know, you've got a real good kid who's just happens to be wrestling for a much smaller school. He gets an opportunity to wrestle the big boys, as it were, at least the big schools.
Well, it's kind of that's one of the things that's very noticeable in wrestling here as versus other parts of the state. Our D2 and D3 performance at the state level is terrible. Yeah, we've got our state champions come out, and certainly because Graham is technically in our district, we get a lot of D2 results, but from local teams, we don't do well. Reading has, pulled their state champions. Madeira's had their state champions. There've been those kids out there, but it's not a consistent thing. It's not like it is here in D1.
Well, I think Ross, I got to say, Ross has put together a pretty solid program.
They certainly have.
Absolutely.
So you got to give that Rich Dunn some props for that. And so that program. So, but I think you're talking about the depth of the programs instead of in one particular program. But,
it's a pretty good match, fellas.
Yeah,
been a lot of actions for a 2-2
well, they're
score.
two experienced wrestlers. Both seniors. We're getting Walton Verona wrestler's been got a warning for stalling because he threw the legs in when he stood up. So that's the other thing.
Let's see, rush the shot there.
There's your counter wrestling, Tim, as you said.
Yeah, it's just way too far away when he took the shot. Didn't set it up at all.
Yeah, and didn't need to make it.
No.
He's a 2-2 match. He just does,
He had 20 seconds or so left in the period.
We just got saying how they were patient seniors, but things happen. You think you see something that you don't. 8 seconds here in the second period. This match is far from over. There's still 2 solid minutes left.
Tell you, I like this Clayton Brown kid. He's
Real
solid.
deal,
He's his choice. He'll take down.
Looks a little tired here. Maybe he's just playing possum. We'll see.
Good hips.
Yeah, both of them. It's going to come down
Leonard's
again.
doing a good job. See the difference there when he put his legs in and when they were on their feet.
Yeah.
He didn't
He didn't stay on it.
He didn't initiate it. Yeah, Brown on the other hand, when he did it, he just jumped up on purpose.
Right. I hope he's going to call it this time. Yep. So both of them been warned. So both wrestlers have been warned for basically stalling for the same move.
Right. It's a 5-2 match here. Kevin's got to pretty much turn him or take him down 3 or 4 times. So I think that's why you're seeing him riding him here.
Well, he's going to look for that wrist, far wrist in the half.
Yeah, did a nice job there. It's almost got a count.
Yeah.
What we have not seen a lot of is a lot of tilts. There have been some.
Yeah, Ward's the only one that I've seen really doing any tilt.
That was always the quick way to score.
You're going to try it. Kevin Leonard will try to do it here. So. Minute and 10 seconds. He's forcing the action. He wanted to throw that leg in, didn't he? And just knew better. See him start to bring it around.
Got a minute left here.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I think he's better off trying to turn him than letting him go here.
Well,
6-2.
You go 6-2 by letting him up, and you're going to have to throw him to his back.
And a back, yeah.
I don't see him throwing him to his back. This guy's been around a long time.
This is the way to do it,
Just like this. Just like this.
And that's Lakota West. That's their patent. That's what they like. They really like that wrist and kind of the spiral. Grab the wrist and cradle it. Expose those shoulders. 35 seconds. I'd be thinking this is almost stalling here underneath, and he's got the warning. He's not really doing a lot.
Yeah.
You know, 5-2 lead. He doesn't have to do much.
I was going to say, well, there's the point. I told you there's the one stalling. So now it's 5-3, and now he decides to
now
wrestle.
He's going to wrestle again.
Yeah, you know, he's only got to wrestle for 10 seconds, and then he can quit again. So.
He kind of earned some rights by getting a 5-2 lead.
Yeah. He's going to get to.
Tell you, that kid's good. I like him. I haven't noticed or seen him last year. Were they here last year?
Yeah, he got third last year.
Well, he's solid.
Yeah. All right, there's your match. 7-3. Champion, Clayton Brown.
All righty. We're moving right along, fellas. We're going to go up to 160 right now. We're going to have Alex Bear. He's out of Centerville. Looks like his dad's the coach.
Well, we're coming back with another Princeton coached wrestler. Ty Robbins, another 14-0, AJ Kowal, who came in here and surprised that we just, as Dave discussed earlier, won this as a freshman.
Yeah, I remember the match.
112, and now he's up to 160. So grown each year, 112, 26, then 45, and now 60.
Did he go to Ironman last week?
Yeah, I think he did, but I don't think he placed. He was at Super 32 and got 7th. Maybe that's what you're thinking.
That's a pretty good tournament.
Yeah. 7th place there. At the Ryle Rumble, he was 4th. Now the reason Super 32 is not a OHSA, it's not considered official high school. It's a summer tournament.
Right.
But all the high school kids go there. That's a who's who of wrestling. And I'm hoping this is a year, you know, quite honestly, AJ kind of burst on the scene, you know, winning this as a freshman. I expected a little more at the state level from him. And I would have thought by this time that he'd been on the podium, but I think this is the shot.
Well, I think, you know, thinking back over the years, I think he had some weight issues. He was cutting so much.
He kind of, just when he got to stage, just kind of warm out. I don't think that's going to be the case this year. I think
he doesn't look like he's burnt out or anything right now.
Settled in and
wow, he was off the side. AJ's got him flattened out. He's to the side of him. I don't know what the ref wanted there.
Well, no, he's been, you know, if you've watched this tournament, there's certain refs that call stalling a lot different than others, quicker. And I've noticed he's had numerous stalling calls in the semi.
There's a great carry.
Yeah.
And backs. Oh, he's going to stick him.
And I think he's going to be able to pull that shoulder.
Yeah, he doesn't have the arm, so he's not going to be able to. He's going to run out of time, too.
But 7-1.
7-1.
And, you know, that's the other good thing about this for the wrestlers. It's, you know, you're so used to the local wrestlers. It's important that you see officials from other parts that, you know, they don't all recall it the same. They don't, you know, they don't go to the same meeting. I mean, they're supposed to be consistent, but, hey, things are sometimes called a little different in different areas. You got to be aware of them and adjust. For years, we were always complaining about how easily they called state stalling at the state tournament because they never called it down here, and our kids would, in effect, be penalized because they weren't schooled properly, if you will. Saw Josh Robinson lose the state tournament championship.
He did, for just backing up for about 3 steps, didn't he?
Yeah.
I remember that.
Go ahead, Dave. We could hardly hear you there.
Minute 10. Head to deep to the stairs. Stop. Top is other side. There you go.
I don't think Dave's mic's on. Guys, Dave had some nice comments there, but hopefully you heard them, but they were really good.
I'm not hearing you, Dave.
All right, we're going to try and see if he's hooked up right. Try it again, Dave.
Well,
there's Dave.
There. Now, if you can remember what you said.
All that talking for nothing, Dave.
Video replay. You know, that was, you mentioned the other night, Greg, that collegiately they were using video replay. And I didn't realize it until I watched the Penn State-Iowa match. And they used it several times and used it very effectively.
Well, just right there, let me break in. This was where the second official, instead of a replay, came into play. Koa had a nice little fireman, but
missed the leg.
Yeah, and they called it, and then but the main official went to the back official and says, "Okay, did he have it inbounds or not?" And he said no, and they waved it off. So that's wrestling's version of replay, if you will. But I think the technology is good enough at our level now. It didn't used to be at the high school level that you had the cameras, but based on our truck here and the capable camera crew that we have, better than most, we're able to provide you with replays. Eventually, I think you'll see that, especially at the state tournament.
And that brings up a very important point too. This program is being brought to you by Waycross Community Media, which is made up of volunteer workers. It's a thing. We've been doing it for a long time around here, and it's been done by a group of volunteers who care about what you see on television, on cable.
It's not just wrestling; it's all kinds of sports and other activities.
It's on all the time. And if you're just catching the tail end of this show or just picking it in where you are right now, you can check Waycross programs anytime by going to www.youtube.com/WaycrossCM, and or you can go check it out at www.waycross.tv.
We can call 513-825-2429 if you'd like to volunteer and help us out and maybe get behind one of these cameras or microphones and get a free.
I'd like you to get behind one of these microphones. This guy wearing this weird shirt.
Hey,
it'd be nice to have a guy that knew how to dress.
Oh man,
at least you do have one. Somebody here that's holiday festive.
The only thing I see how that shirt is good for color check from the TV.
It is 9-1. AJ Kowal. And he's been kind of just relaxing here this last period. He hasn't really forced the action, kind of not tying up. So he's not getting his fireman.
9-1 lead, he earned it.
Wrestlers in here too.
And the Centerville wrestlers going, hey, I'm not tying up. He's tipped me 3 times.
Third place match is between Jordan Collins of Mason and Austin Bonek of Moeller. The 5th place match is going on between Jacob Connors of Elder and Ray Day of Reading. And the 7th place match was won by Cody Reel of Milford over Alex Massett of Sycamore in a 5-2 decision.
Now we got 3 seconds, and I think this one's history. There you have it. Here's your champion, AJ Kowal, Princeton, coached by Ty Robbins. Another one of those Mount Healthy guys.
Do you think he's going to drop down, or do you think he's going to stay there?
I think he'll stay right there.
Yeah, I think he'll stay at 60. I don't see him going down anywhere.
You got to show me a reason why not. We've got a match going on. There you have your champ and his coach.
Let's go on up to 170.
What makes me feel a little bit older every day. I was talking with Ty just a little bit ago, Ty Robbins, that he's been involved in this for 26 years. That's hard to believe. I remember when he was running around out there on the mats.
He used to come to my house and practice.
Did he really?
Yeah. We had the barn, had some mats out in the barn. He used to come over and roll around.
And he still, and despite that,
still likes me. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, this match is kind of what I'd say a marquee match here, wouldn't you, Tim?
I would. This is a great match. I've got James Coniglia from Loveland. He's a senior, wrestling 170. He is state qualifier 2 years in a row, he says. And I know he was a defensive lineman on the state championship team, so he's probably not 100% conditioning-wise.
His opponent, Joe Hyab, 6th place 2 years ago as a sophomore. state qualifier as a freshman. Did not qualify last year, 5th in the district. And they are both ranked 2 and 3 in the state this year.
He didn't qualify last year because he was in an absolutely loaded weight class.
With, the wrestler you're looking at here, Coniglia.
Coniglia was one that went out. He had
Antoine Smith and Jacob Glopke from Middletown. And
his weight class at districts had the state champ and the state third in it. So not bad.
Yeah.
So there's no shame in here. There's one guy that was going to be out there.
Now the reversal. So
both of them are fairly unorthodox too. They get into unusual positions and survive in them. Like,
well, I'll tell you,
there was a good example right there.
This is where Hiab is so strong, is on top.
He's on top, no question.
You do not want to be here. And Coniglia knows this, and you know they've wrestled each other. So we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, Hiab last year had his go-to-state match with the kid who plays third. Yeah. So, yeah, there was no shame in not qualifying last year.
And it was overtime anyway.
And I think 4 of those 5 kids are all back, right? Oh, there's his move. He loves the banana splits.
Told you he is so tough on top, and he hurts you there.
He will hurt you. He hurt Sizemore a couple years back in that. Yeah. He lost it. It's going to be 5-2, though. He'll get his 3.
Yeah, he just kind of relaxing.
It's hard to pin somebody from there.
No, but you wear them out.
But you sure can hurt them.
Okay.
I tell you, the key in that is, from a referee standpoint, is where the knee goes. You know, so many times that thing gets opened up and split open, and that's where guys get hurt. And it's frequently used, I think, just for that purpose.
Well, Joe finished 5th at the Super 32 this
That's a pretty good showing.
Yeah, beat what's his name from Beechwood, Ohio State recruit. Beat him one.
Not sure.
Not Roberts. What's his name? Ryan. Or Ryan Howard.
That was a nice drag to a single.
8-2. Joe's been looking at a couple schools. I know Penn's interested in him.
So you want to wrestle in college?
I think so, yeah. He's talked to a number of Ivy schools, Purdue, smart kid.
Is Penn where Corb's at?
Yes. He actually talked to, you know, I think he's talked to Ian, kept track of him, so. Ian's injured right now. He's had a recovery time.
Right there, forward.
Had an injury at weightlifting, lifting weights.
Who did? Corb did?
Corb did, yeah. Still hasn't got back on the mat. I think he's been released yet or just not.
Is this his true sophomore year?
Junior.
True junior year?
Yeah.
Wow, nice lift.
Yeah.
That was a great lift and return right there.
35 seconds left here in the second period. And this style is going the way.
It's right where Joe wants to be, isn't it? Wrestling on top.
Not the way Coniglia is liking it. So
puts his legs in, he'll be even happier, won't he?
Yeah, well, he got that bicep or a tricep on the mat, forcing it down.
Okay, we're gonna 10 seconds, 8-2. Hiab's winning. We'll whose choice is it?
It'll be Coniglia's choice on this third period. Let's see what he's going to do. Is he going to take down?
Can't imagine he takes down it. That's neutral.
Go neutral. Yep, that's what he listened to you, Tim.
Yeah, you just, I mean, it doesn't take long to learn that. You don't want to be under there getting beat up on.
Yeah, don't have to hit me in the head with that 2x4 more than twice before I figure out what you're telling me. This is, I think, where Joe's biggest improvement has been and needed to be is on his feet.
That's a great finish there.
He's getting in there and he's finishing.
Well, this is a tough weight class. You know, you said that at the outset.
Yeah.
For third place, Dwan Smith of Coleraine and Ronnie Williams of Sycamore Wrestling.
Williams upset Smith, who came in seated #1 in the quarters.
Yeah, you're right.
Now they're wrestling each other
again. Now they're wrestling again. And Dalton Jones, Ross, and Julian Daniels.
Wow.
Oh, he took him down again. Did he give it to him? No points. I'm sorry, guys. We were watching the third and fourth place.
Third and fourth place match ended up on mat 1.
Here we got a tilt situation for
Hiab's got tilt going, and
I think he got. Did he give him 2 on that?
Smith and Williams are throwing around over there.
Minute to go here in the third period.
And in 7th place, John Williams of Centerville beat John Myman of Ryle 3-2 for 7th.
So there's Hiab's got those legs in again, elevating the hip, turning Coniglia's hip over a little bit.
And Hiab is in kind of cruise control. You know,
well, this may affect the state rankings here. I think Joe was ranked 4th, and Antoine Smith was 1, and Coniglia was 3, I think, or 2 or 3. So be interesting to see how intermatch rankings come out. Oh, here comes the cradle. He's got time. He doesn't need this. He better not. But he's going to just bring him back. And he's got it.
Proving a point here.
Yeah,
13-2 with 3 seconds left. That'll do it. 13-2 final.
13-2. Wow.
That's a pretty dominant match.
$13-2.
All righty. We'll go again now. Well, let's kind of look over on that third. They're in overtime.
Overtime. Well, yeah.
Smith and was it Williams? Is that who it was?
Yep, Smith and Williams.
Yeah, Williams and Smith. Yeah.
I'm telling you, we could have 4 local. You know, we could
right?
Take the top 4.
Yeah, we could.
There's enough talent down here to
that's entirely
finish
possible.
1, 2, and 3 on that podium up in Columbus.
And you don't know who might be making their way down.
The hardest part's just getting it out of sectionals. We're not, out of the districts. I mean.
You don't know who might make their way back down to 170 again. You know, there might be more on their way.
Right, and somebody may go down to 60. You never. Yeah.
Smith's a big kid, but he doesn't look that much bigger than last year when he did wrestle 60.
We've got the camera now is on that match, that third place match over there.
And, Williams is, like I said, unseeded, coming out of nowhere, but a talent,
You have Smith from Coleraine in the white singlet there, who was 3rd in the state last year. Williams, I don't remember him from last year, do you?
I don't remember him either.
Yeah.
Smith also was star running back for the Cardinals football team this year.
I went to the Moeller Coleraine game, and he ripped off probably about a 90-yarder.
I'm telling you what, Williams has got, he shoots in on it. If he gets a little more control and pulls it back in, that's the finish. And that's where he beat him yesterday.
They're right now just finishing the 4th period, first one of overtime.
Sudden victory. Now
now we go 30 seconds each. They both get it. There's the crowd watching.
I have to think Williams was a football player too, the way he's built. We're tied at 1 there, going into the 5th period.
1-1.
This is third and fourth place.
Third place.
There we are.
That's Smith on top.
Got one of our cameras over there. And he's out. There's his escape. This isn't sudden victory.
Right.
So now they go 33. Now, if it does tie at the end of this, and then they go 1 or down, then it goes back to the sudden victory format.
Right.
Smith's a hard kid to ride, though, so you got to figure he can get his one.
Boy, he is a horse too.
He likes to let you come in and throw that. He's got that strong upper body.
They're both built.
You probably looked a lot like that back in the day, right, Tim?
It's the 10 coming.
Every dream I ever had.
Greg, I said Tim.
I said the 10 coming.
Greg kind of looked like those 6-pounders running around.
Boy, I was a little more on the skinnier side. I didn't have a lot of bulk like that. Jeez, these guys are ripped.
112.
It is period 6 now.
Period 6.
Smith's got to get his one to tie it up. If Williams rides him out, it's over.
Or Williams
hanging in there. Well,
he gets him flat.
Yep, that is not where Daquan wants to be. 20 seconds.
There he gets his one tied up.
So
1-1.
They'll go back to another period on their feet if no score from
you
here.
got Fred Warren and Dick Roach watching this one, officiating, so got some good officials. I don't think they're going to affect it.
Yeah, they're not going to screw it up.
Great match,
Here
boy.
Now we come down to getting it on. Whoever scores.
Okay, well,
now.
I think that Smith got the advantage here. But
So
this
Smith
is a
got
little
the
different.
call now. So
All you got to do is hang on here. That's a little bit different. Makes a little, but I don't know if he can. Yeah, you can. That's it.
Not yet.
what great scramble.
That's it.
What a great match.
Wow. Two really tough kids. Yeah, I think I agree with you, Greg. I think we have a good shot at seeing all four of those guys on the field.
Could be some guys looking out.
District,
Yeah.
or sectional.
Yeah, that's going to be
See,
hard.
they're not in.
They're two
see,
sections. The
Coleraine.
district will be. Hopefully, we can cover that for them this year.
The district D1
At Fairmont, so
yeah,
it's not at Fairfield. So.
Here we go, Greg. We are up to 182. I've got Michael Weber, number 42 on the football team, outside linebacker. He is a two-time state placer already. 7th as a sophomore and 4th last year. And he is an absolute freak in nature the way he wrestles. He just throws people around, so see how he does.
Not how you teach it, not how it's drawn up. His opponent, Matt Sanella from Kings, 4-year starter. He's coached by Coach Abrams. Jason Abrams, his dad Greg Abrams, was standing next to our colleague Dave Bean out there in the middle before starting in the ring ceremony as one of the Hall of Fame coaches. Matt, actually, if you saw some of our broadcasts last year, we saw Matt wrestle at the Northwest Quad. We had these at Kings. Got a little brother wrestling. Anyway, he's 10-0 this year. 6th at district. Saw Michael Weber pin the St. Paris Graham wrestler a few days ago. First match out.
Ooh, gonna call him out of bounds. He had him taken down, but his left foot hit out of bounds first, then came back in.
Well, I tell you, our viewers, you'll never see a guy with the ability to move his hips and get him out of situations as we have with Weber here. He just flies all over the mats.
He does.
You think his body control is just so good.
It's almost the more out of position he is, the better chance he has of
right. Yeah, because he goes places the other wrestler doesn't expect him. So.
He does things other people can't do. There's no doubt about it. He can throw you from anywhere.
He likes that inside trip.
Just so strong.
He'll come back and the crazy thing, he'll try a lateral or anything. It doesn't matter to him where he's at. I think because he just knows he can get himself out of those situations.
Short time here. Go into the second period.
And he ran the fumble back for touchdown against my.
Is that when you got up and left? I think it was.
46 seconds to go. He runs an 85-yard fumble return and puts Loveland ahead of Mount Healthy in the.
I thought I saw you leaving from the other side when I was jumping up and down there.
Yeah, you didn't see nothing. You were. So.
Boy, oh boy. He's just.
Yeah, he just. Still nothing, though. I tell you, Sanella's hanging in there.
This is nonstop. I really am curious with Weber just coming off of football.
Well, I wonder, I mean, Kings, Loveland, they're, next door neighbors. I wonder if these guys have gone head to head in other times.
I just want to see if Weber goes 6 or not, because, coming off of football, he's only had a couple weeks here to wrestle, and I know they went to Ironman.
It's been a long tournament. So
I think Weber skipped Ironman, though, with the little torn
He likes
patch.
that Granby. He throws that. He does that a lot.
He's gotten his one there.
Minute and 30 here in the second period. 1. Finally good. We got to get Dave's mic back here. He's telling us some great stuff, folks. He's telling us some great insights, but I have no idea what he's telling us. Well, that's what we're checking his cables here. We're trying to see what we can do. If it's his mic or whatever. But
boy, a nice little fireman's there by Weber. He's going to get his two.
So
make it 3-0.
3-0, yeah.
First takedown of the match. Took 3 minutes to get it.
Yeah, he's got that. Yeah, he's stronger than.
He's got a wrist and a half. He's running the opposite way and still almost got back
I know,
points.
exactly. Everybody else takes it the other. He's on the wrong side of the body there. He jumps over this now. Like, there he comes.
Boy, that's solid.
Got it out. So now we got.
See if they give him one or not here. No escape.
Pretty close there. Okay, I'm going to have to read these guys off to you. Who else is in this weight class? For third and fourth place, Gary Traub from Sycamore. Adam Tonkin from Centerville. Fifth place, Mark Adams of Elder versus Mason Quinn, Lakota West, sophomore. And Matt Kennedy, Glen Estee for seventh against Adam Wall, a Mason, senior. That was for seventh and eighth place. They were already wrestling. No points. Well, they're getting pretty close.
Dick is going to check with Freddie, see if he can give him one or not. I think they already kind of talked on the way by there and said no way.
So
this is
my lottery pick's still good. I haven't had a chance yet. No change. No referees changed their call yet.
It's not going to happen, is it?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. We'll start the third. Weber up 3-0. He'll be on top. He's not even going to ride him. He'll just put him on his feet. Nope, he does go. Trying to throw a leg in. That's dangerous.
Yep. Dave was mentioning the fact that it was expected Weber to do that leg and then blocked it off to begin with before even he could get it in.
Okay, restart, 1:44 left. Weber's still holding on to a 3-0 lead.
That went down to the ankle that time, so.
Can't give up the
reversal.
Little switch there makes it 3-2, and now the coaches want him to kick him.
Now let's see if your thoughts on conditioning come into play here, Tim.
You just can't do 2 weeks of wrestling and think you're in shape. So Weber's got a
4-2 lead.
Dig deep here.
Yep.
Takedown ties it.
I expect to see some bodies flying here shortly, Tim. There'll be some action here.
Weber's not quitting.
Yeah, well, that's it. Yeah. There's that outside trip that time. But, Sanella pushed the head down.
Oh, that's a great job by Weber. He'll make it 6-2.
So from almost being 4-4 to 6-2 in a half a second. And now, actually, he's getting, this is, Sanella's injured, right shoulder, but it certainly doesn't hurt Michael Weber.
Yes, give him a little break there. That'll help him. But he was still pretty aggressive there at the.
Yeah, I didn't see the. Well, being up 6-2 gives you a little bit of adrenaline rush and fills you up. Hey, Tim, can you read the team scores now?
Looking, I think it's 197 Moeller and 174.5 Loveland. 160 Mason, 154.5 Marysville, 142 for Centerville, and then St. X with 132.5. And LaSalle with a great showing at 126.5. Their young kids are gonna, next couple years.
Where'd you say St. X is?
Sixth.
Sixth one.
LaSalle 7th, and it's been a while since LaSalle put those kind of numbers up. So their young 4 kids are.
Yeah, they've already beaten St. X.
Yeah, that's great. So. Circle's been there for a while now, so it's the younger kids that you start training start paying off for you. That's what he's got right now.
Okay, 6-2, 50 seconds to go. See if he gives him the one here. No down, still down.
Boy, he didn't give him the.
I don't think Jason Abrams is agreeing with Coach. I think he's pretty upset, actually.
Yeah, Coach isn't happy. His wrestler's not quitting on him, though. I'll tell you that. This kid still keeps coming after him. Weber's got to watch himself.
Whoa. But I don't.
Boy, oh boy. What's going on here? He's just giving him 1, no 2, no back points.
Well, it wouldn't matter if he gave him 2 and 1 the other way. It wouldn't matter. So it's the back points that's the issue. Dave, I think you're live again.
I can tell when one ear kicks in, I can hear it, but it'll kick out now. Unless you move, don't move.
Now they're going to go consult with Fred.
Well, he can't give him back points if he doesn't give him a takedown or a reversal.
And if he doesn't give him back points, it doesn't really matter. You can give him 2, then 1, or.
Escape.
I thought there might have been back points there too.
So I thought it was reversal, back points, escape.
It should be. It could be 7-7 or 7-6 if it was back points.
Yeah, even if it was most of it would have been his 2, but.
Yeah. So
yeah,
so
right.
So instead, but there would be a 7-6 score. Would be the. It wouldn't. That would be the. Weber'd still be up 1. Yeah, I think they've got. They did give the reversal, but then they gave.
Then they give him 1 for escape. Then.
So it would be,
so
7-4. It would be 7-4 without back points is what the score should be.
I agree. I think that's what it'll end up being.
Maybe we run the replay of that anyway. We may not be able to really see it.
Here's where there's the 2. So
yeah, he only did 1 swipe.
So he did give him 2, and then he escaped. So
now they're saying 7-5.
I think it's 7-4, but 7-5 with 6 seconds to go.
Well, that's a big deal, though. I mean,
yeah, if you get. Yep, we're getting out of hand here.
Temper.
4-10 says you might as well just don't. You might as well save it. There's nothing. You can't get a takedown in 4-10 anyway. So don't create any issues. So
Michael Weber, 7-5 victory.
Well, it was interesting. That was for real.
Yep. Now we have, this is kind of the 4 in a row for Loveland to get him close. There was the first victory. Another Gunnar Gamble.
Should be a heck of a match here. Tigray Scales out of Coleraine.
You got him.
Made it into the finals of Ironman last week. That's not something that's very easy to do.
Against a 2-time state placer, Gunnar Gamble. Previously, Gunnar Lay. So far, you wrestlers don't recognize the name, but same young man. finished 4th last year, 45-4. One of the running backs for the football team.
Then you had T. Gray Scales, who's also a 2-time placer now with a 4 and a 7.
And a linebacker.
Whoa, whoa. Oh, boy. That was bad.
Oh, what did he land on? See, there was not a slam.
No, here we're going to see it. Here it is.
Here we go.
I think
he just picks him up.
I think his heel.
Oh, there's where he goes back. Yeah.
His knees both landed.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. Nothing a slam. He hadn't actually taken him to the mat.
He just, his knees went in first, and then he did go back over the knees, but
I think it was the both knees.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to have a lower back injury here, and
that would be mine.
He's moving his legs, lifting his legs, moving his feet. I think he just.
While we're dealing with this, let's take a look at the other matches that were the 3rd and 5th place matches. We've got for 3rd place, Cole Jones of St. Xavier is wrestling Cole Sutton of Sycamore for 3rd. For 5th place, Gage 3rd. Gage Brock of Elder is wrestling Sheldon Sims of
third
Mason.
Place. So we're on the 5th. We're over here on the 5th place match.
Okay, so
for Mason versus Elder.
It should be Xavier Sycamore.
No, they're not wrestling, Dave. We're watching.
Aren't they?
No, we're watching the Mason.
Oh, they're
Elder.
watching that.
That's over.
Oh well, then.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the. Let's go over to 5th. Yes. Brock of Elder and Sims of Mason over on the other mat down here. This is a 5th place match. Mason's in the white with the red Mason on somewhere.
Well, I think this. I don't think they're going to continue this match.
No, I don't think they'll. Even if he says he's okay, I think they'll make it. This just isn't important enough at this point in the year to continue on.
Match is a 13-2.
Yep, it's over.
Match with Mason.
And I just want to make sure people realize I don't think there was anything illegal in what.
No, nothing at all. He just got a nice little body lock, lifting him up. But typically, Gunner would fall to his back. He just came straight down on his knees and
he actually didn't catch with his feet. He completely missed his feet and went straight both knees and just drove him up into it. So.
No, there's nothing illegal.
No,
unfortunate turn of events.
Yeah. Referees didn't see anything.
Yeah. He looks like he's in pain sitting up, though, so he's definitely done.
The question is whether he's going to walk. So we're still wrestling over here on the other mat. Let's see if we got Mason.
I can't see the scoreboard from here now.
It's 16-2. Yeah, I think if he turns,
Mason,
this is it.
This should be it.
So that's once you get, and he got to 2, so there's a tech.
And that's Sheldon Sims of Mason takes 5th place. And he's going to spend some time on ice and get.
Which we thought was going to be our.
That could have been
marquee match.
Yeah.
Well, 2 states.
We'll save that one for later in the year, eh?
Right. I think they will get an opportunity to wrestle.
I certainly suspect so. Certainly hope so. It'd be good to see that.
I think he's going to be okay. I think
back, just shook up a little bit, and that's one of those things that if you're not hurt, it will recover. But gives you a scare at the time. Gives everybody a scare.
Oh, now we're back over here on the third place match. Cole Jones and Xavier and Cole Sutton of Sycamore going at it. The score there is nothing in the second period.
They had to wait on that because they were too close in proximity to the injury, so they stopped that match. Cole Jones, another football player. I think we're getting a lot of football players now at this.
Get to these heavier weights, there's no doubt. So did they have injury time over there too?
No, they were too close, so they stopped it because of the emergency personnel and stuff like that. Yeah, you're laying there, with a back injury and have somebody get a throw over him, fall on top of you, probably not just. This is the second period. It's 0-0 at this time. No points. Minute 15 left.
And the Sycamore
Rick Bach and Mark Schutte, the two officials on the mat.
In the green and gold, with the gold headgear, is green on the scoreboard. Xavier
just gave up a point. With the Dave Beans X on the back. Oh, nice little single there. Sweep by. 2-1. Cole Jones beating Cole Sutton. Only the Coles, battle of the Coles. This will be who's King Cole, right?
That was.
Did you already say that?
I was going to say that.
Oh, I thought,
You jumped on my line.
Oh, sorry.
You jumped on
I'm
one of the few lines I got.
All right, we have 2-1 with 27 seconds left in the second period here. Stick around. We still got a couple good matches left.
2 more matches.
2 more matches. What's that team score again, Tim? Can you see?
Looks like 197 Moe, 178.5 Loveland, 163.5 Mason, 154.5 Marysville, 142 Centerville, 132.5 St. X, and 126.5 LaSalle. That's your.
Well, that's an interesting way. That's an interesting score pattern. We've seen a lot of times here the last several years where the top scores have all been local teams. We didn't have the outside teams scoring up in there.
Yeah.
And it's good for us, I think, to see that that diversity. I think will pay off in the long run.
Yeah, you got 4 and 5 are Marysville and Centerville.
Yep.
Well, we used to have Modern Day from Indiana come in, and that changed because of not allowed to wrestle on Sundays or something like that.
They were good.
Yeah.
They're a tough team to lose. They were solid.
And that's a little school.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really?
It's a little school.
They all used to wear their ties. They'd come in their ties.
It's no more than, in Ohio, I don't think it would be D2.
Really?
I think it'd be D3 or maybe a small D2.
Comes up a little bit slow.
Well, Greg, you were talking before about how the team race could come down right down to the end because Loveland has all its firepower here in the upper weights. I think that last match that adversely affected that.
Sure. Well, 4 to 6 points anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. 1:10 to go here in the third period. Three to 1. Cole Sutton from Sycamore needs to pick it up a little bit. Got to get that, be aggressive. Tried that same little takedown. Shoots with his right hand, blocking off on the left. Sutton's blocking.
Sycamore is I've noticed a lot of their kids in the consolation round here today. They've been doing
well. Again, this is you got 195 here for third and fourth, and you got their 220 pounder in the finals. In the next weight, you have their 170 pounder wrestling for third and fourth, and So they're kind of strong at their upper weights then. And you know, they wrestle each other in a room. That makes you a little better.
Yep.
See a lot better.
Well, their next one in the finals here.
Yeah,
Yep.
He's got his hands full with a kid named Austin Farr out of Marysville, coming in at 10-1. And he was at the Ironman last weekend, which is toughest tournament around. And he came in second. So he made the finals at Ironman. So
yeah, well, his opponent will be a sophomore, Tanashi Berry. Not sophomore, senior. He's 11-0 this year and was a state qualifier. So
Austin Farr last year was a 5th place finisher and a qualifier the year before. So, but I watched this Berry kid wrestle. He's really athletic.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
But Farr got to the finals in the Ironman.
He did. Came in second.
Who beat him?
Not sure who beat him, but you know,
Blair
third
kid?
place was Thornberry from Moeller, and 4th place was the kid from Loveland.
I think the Blair kid won.
Was it?
Maybe not.
So, you know, the Ironman 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place wrestlers are here. Although I think Thornberry didn't wrestle with an injury, so I don't think he was here.
Yeah, this is where you, especially at these weights now, they kind of feel each other out a little bit and see what they got, because you can't make a mistake at this weight.
Yeah, you go to
Get
your back
away.
gear and it's hard to get off.
Yeah. And I'm sure Barry knows that, you know.
Barry did impress me. He's really athletic.
Yeah.
So.
Keep it.
35 seconds left in the first period.
I'm so glad
nothing's going on.
I'm so glad they brought this weight to be. Am I on again?
Yeah.
What was
right.
it?
You can talk.
I look.
We'll listen to you. It's been kind of quiet. There's nothing to talk about from the wrestling standpoint. So,
I'm just glad. I'm just glad that the 220 has been put in. I think that the adjustment in the weight classes the last several years have really been productive.
I agree. What did we go from 189 to heavyweight?
Yeah.
189 to 275.
Yep.
Well, you know, in college, there's still a pretty large disparity. You know, you go to 195 and then you go to heavyweight. You know, because you only have 10 weights there.
Tell you, this Farr kid. This Farr kid is.
I haven't heard you talking about your alma mater.
You're hanging in there.
Purdue,
Top 20, 21st, 19th, 21st in the country. Trying to get some of these Cincinnati good recruits up there next year. Coach Scott Hinkle, former Fairfield wrestler, head coach. It's the toughest conference in the country. You can be 20th in the country and 9th in your conference. But there's a lot of good Ohio wrestlers in the Big Ten. Former Moeller wrestler Pierce Harger, for one, at Northwestern.
Who will be in town soon.
Right?
Yeah, we're going to have to go to that Ohio State Northwestern.
January 17th, Ohio State and Northwestern will wrestle at Moeller, 7 o'clock.
I'm hoping to get invited to the Cunningham private box, the luxury box he has.
I actually have two of them,
there.
so you might get you into the second
Oh,
one.
in the back box, yeah. You know, can drop a name there. We know him, so.
Yeah, you know you go up to the door and say, "I'm a friend of Tim's."
Dave, it'll actually come down to we'll have to see what he's wearing that night.
Actually, you say Mr. Cunningham. You don't say Tim. He's elevated his game there. 1:06 here in the second period. Still nothing to nothing.
That's what happened when you went over to the Loveland Graham duel, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, listen. You know, red carpet treatment.
Got a T-shirt that night, didn't I?
Did you hand a
There you
T-shirt
go.
out, you know? Yeah.
I was a junior high coach at Loveland for a couple of years.
I mean, we walk up, they hold the door open for you.
They do.
And stuff like that, you know. It says. Had a good time.
Pretty low scoring match here. Hasn't been a lot of action from a.
Well, they, you know.
A lot of hand fighting.
Yeah.
There's a shot. That was nice.
There was one good shot out of bounds.
But is he gonna get it?
Oh, I don't know if that was anything.
I
don't think that was. Oh, he gave it to him. I tell you what, I kind of agree with it. He was on his back for long enough that. You disagree? No points? Watch the replay here, right?
I don't think there's.
See if he comes back down or not.
Where's the control there?
I don't see that.
I don't know that I see control there.
Too late, though. Both coaches said yes. Or both refs said yes, excuse me.
Well, what's the score?
Now what are they doing?
It's got to be 2-1.
I think they changed it back.
Well, then there's no point. Or did they give was it 1-0? Well, it's 1-0 red. So.
But I thought the ref said 2 and the other one red. The other one confirmed.
All right, Phil. We've had some close, controversial calls. So now we'll see.
Barry will have his chance on bottom now.
1-0. We see more of the same. He's a pretty strong guy. He just basically bench pressed 220 pounds there a minute ago.
Got his hands free.
He's going to keep him down. So
somebody's going to have to have a takedown.
Yeah.
First takedown will win it.
We may see a little OT here, but I don't know. I think Barry's going to give it Farr's going to give it a shot there.
The other matches at this weight.
What's this about? I missed
poked him right in the eyes. Yeah.
For third place, Matt Kuhlman of St. Xavier wrestled Seth Brennick of Loveland.
Well, that's going to be
fifth
big.
place, Matthew Liebarger of Mount Vernon, who was a champion here a couple years ago, versus Tucker Mueller of Simon Kenton. And the 7th place match went to Michael Berry of Beaver Creek, who defeated Jake Ashcraft of Milford 7-5.
Oh, he's going to get it. That'll do it. We got 1:05 left in the third. It's going to make it 4-1. That's going to make it pretty tough to come back from. They have to escape and a takedown just to tie it. Down to 45 seconds, still 4-2. Barry's going to have a takedown just to tie it.
Barry needs a takedown in a big way.
Got to have good shots, though. You can't take a wild shot.
You got to set it up, and there's no setup showing out here.
They don't move people around enough to do that. Set.
Well, you got to get.
Got to be heavy on the head.
Yeah,
the head around.
I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just saying these guys aren't moving enough to even get a setup to work for you.
We're down to the last 8 seconds. No warnings have been out there for stalling, so I think this one's over. (6-2). Farr's going to come away with the win.
Yep, he was #1 seed, so.
Now you know how he made the finals of Ironman.
That could very well be too. You know, that's the kind of a smart match that, you know, can carry a long way.
All right, we're down to the last one, Dave. We got heavyweights. I got a kid from Loveland named Andrew Alton. He's a senior, coached by Chris Schweitzer. State qualifier last year and was one of the offensive linemen on the football team. And he did go to Ironman and was a placer. He was 7th in the Ironman last week.
Well, and his opponent, this is kind of interesting, Joe Hensley from Moeller, a sophomore, who is actually a fill-in for their starter, Chalmer Fruhoff, who's injured, who's ranked #1 in the state at heavyweight, but stepping in quite admirably.
Knocked off #1 seed.
Got here in the final.
And he is, believe it or not, he's actually a 220-pounder.
Yeah.
He's not there. He's not a back. He's a backup heavyweight, I guess, because he's in there. But he could have wrestled 220 this week. Yeah. So he's going to be giving up a little weight here to Alton.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and not only weight, but skill. Okay. Yeah, they didn't give out anklets with these two, and if you went, I don't know who's red or who's green yet. We'll have to wait till a point is scored, because there's conflicting possibilities.
Well, I think that.
Well,
you know right now.
Green now. I'm not sure.
That'll be Moeller, because if he worn green, sure looked like Loveland was the one carrying the action. So.
Yeah, he worn green, so Moeller's going to be green.
Yeah.
Loveland's going to be red.
Okay, yeah, and it was on the green stripe. Yeah.
A little blood time here on Moeller.
Well, once again, Harrison has been the host of this event and did a really wonderful job. The support provided by the Harrison Wrestling staff is outstanding, and it's a wonderful facility. Thanks go out to the tournament director of the Coaches Classic, Melissa Stegmeyer, who sweats blood over the events that take place here. Her right-hand assistant is Jody Harger, who works very closely with the Socorro scoring system crew. And all in all, it's once again a very successful tournament. Have you guys enjoyed it?
I've loved it.
Always, yeah. But I commented to Tim earlier while we were watching. This seems from top to bottom one of the better, deeper tournaments we've had. I've seen even kids we haven't seen wrestle here on TV. We've seen some really outstanding bouts. Just getting to this level, getting to these points, even for kids that didn't qualify for the top 7 or 8.
I just thought, some of the young kids. I mean, LaSalle bringing in their 4 little young ones are solid kids. They'll make a lot of noise at state the next couple years.
Well, the intention of the tournament years ago was to create a good, strong local tournament to help our kids be more successful at the state tournament, and at the same time give them exposure to different styles.
Oh, look out.
You're seeing a little weight difference here, don't you think?
Did you give credit to Harrison High School for supporting?
I did.
Yeah.
You weren't listening.
I was paying attention to something else. I thought you did.
Yeah.
I was just making.
I know.
The boosters.
I saw you
from
turn your headgear off.
The Harrison boosters.
I think it was the Harrison band that was running, or the Honor Society.
Honor Society, yeah. They were working the concessions up there.
Tim and I were working, the concession stands.
This Alton is a very agile big guy.
He is.
Now, he didn't play football, right?
No, he was an offensive lineman.
Yeah, he was the offensive.
The 220
The 220 didn't play football.
He didn't play football.
No. But let's give credit to the other guys that are out here in the 285-pound class. Conan Jennings of Centerville is wrestling Gavin Peacock of Ross for 3rd. Austin Morris of Mason is wrestling David Citizen of Harrison for 5th. And earlier in the day, Cohen Cantor of Amelia defeated Clayton McCune of Glen Estee for 7th place.
Right now it's still 3-1 Alton.
Yep, minute and 20 seconds left here in the second period. And Hensley doesn't want to shoot in on this guy.
3-1 Alton.
He certainly, you can say, as far as team championships go, Hensley played a major part stepping in like that and getting to the finals.
Oh yeah.
His points alone would, certainly help put Moeller
Yeah,
over the top.
you'd love to have Fruhoff there, but he really didn't cost you that much.
Right. And if Fruhoff wasn't there and he didn't step in and do this, what would the score
Loveland would be winning.
Right. So.
And Loveland was without a couple wrestlers. Tucker has a broken finger.
Shoot in there.
Yeah.
And Ty Griffin didn't wrestle either.
Too.
And so, yeah.
He's the junior high state champ, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So
okay. All right.
Get him on that Moeller weightlifting program. We'll get him in a heavyweight here soon.
We?
Yeah.
Oh. All right, we're going to end up, we're down to 8 seconds, 3-1 still.
Second period.
Interesting to see where Hensley, I think it's his choice. See just what he'll take. He'll stay on his feet. He'll go underneath. Can't imagine he will. Got to have the one here. Make it 3-2, and a takedown would win it for him.
Got to get this weight off of you.
See if he can get out from under the bottom here.
Once again, this is a program provided by the volunteers of Waycross Community Media. You can check out rebroadcasting schedules at www.waycross.tv or check YouTube at Waycross. Let's try youtube.com/WaycrossCM on YouTube. And there, if you go waycross.tv, you can get the playback schedule for most of Greater Cincinnati, including Cincinnati Bell Floptics and Time Warner Cable.
Well, Hensley did get the one he needed, so now it's 3-2. He's going to have a takedown and a ride to win the match.
55 seconds. It's almost like you don't want to get a takedown too soon if you're.
I think he's got to just figure out how to attack Alton.
Yeah.
Well, I know, but I mean,
it's like, don't want to score a touchdown and give the guy the time to run it back or run it.
I don't think he's figured out how to.
Alton does a really nice job with his little slide. Oh, and a great Granby there. That's got to be 2.
Yeah, it's 2 to 4.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. That was 2, maybe a little earlier.
Yeah.
Hat goes off. My hat goes off to Joe Hensley. That's pretty.
Yeah, it's not over. 20 seconds left. The
That's
takedown will tie it up. He's just got to figure out how to attack.
15 seconds.
Great slide by.
He does that. He's done. Yeah, he did that at the Graham match too. He's got that figured out. In fact,
wow.
Technical violation.
Putting yourself in the match, isn't it?
1-1.
No, he gave it to both of them.
So is it 6-4?
It's 6-3.
He put both. No, he put hands up for both of them.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not sure what that was.
I'm not either.
Did they say something to each other or what?
I think he's just calling for fleeing the mat, running off the mat on the takedown.
Well, he put both ones up for both hands, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he put he didn't mean to, but
yeah, no question.
Yeah.
Well, once again, we're at the end of another Coach's Classic, Glenn Sample Classic, and we want to thank you viewers that are out there. As you watch the credits roll, we want to thank especially the volunteers of Waycross Community Media. If you want to know how to become a person that sits here and gabs for a couple hours, do like we do. Just show up at the door, stand around, hope you get you can go in when they're dragging cable in.
Just bring a better wardrobe.
I wore this. I didn't see this on camera once.
You wonder why?
So, on behalf of Tim Cunningham, Greg Klein, I'm Dave Bean, and the other volunteers of Waycross. So long, folks. Keep an eye out for us. Later on, we'll be back to see you again.
Copies of this program are available for $20 each. Send program title along with your address and check or money order to Waycross Community Media. Attention Dub Coordinator, 2086 Waycross Road, Forest Park, Ohio 45240. Or buy securely on the web at www.waycross.tv.